Oh man, if I could, I'd have something on in the background. But yeah, I probably should just keep it to the game itself, because it's got pretty okay soundtrack, but I don't want to get a... Oh man, that would suck if Telltale got me for that, so maybe I'll have to find some kind of background. And I'm already losing frames, so I really got to be careful about that. 39%'s not too bad, though. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Give it just a few more minutes and we'll see what those frames look like. All right, so we'll see how this goes here. If Twitch comes after me for the music, then I guess I guess I'll get a strike. I'm not really sure exactly where I can get away with there, but at least we'll see what happens. Let's see, what is that I'm seeing at the very top there? There's like a capture right behind my display. I wonder what it is. Well, okay, so I'm going to go into performance and enable, oh gosh, enable my overlay. Enable my overlay. There we go. I don't know if the hotkey for that is not working or if it's not programmed right in Discord. At least it showed up though. Okay, good. All right, so we're playing a little bit of poker night. It is 4:01 p.m. on the 30th of May, very close to June these days, and in the year 2022. So this is something special that we're trying, just to see what it would be like if we went to the inventory and played some poker. Just a little bit though, nothing crazy. The best I can say is I'm going to try to get to the end of one game in this stream. I don't know exactly how far that might go, but it probably will be the situation of like me walking away in game from the table after having actually spent however much money I think is fair. Like maybe I've spent enough money, right? It's a fine justification. All right, so we're gonna see how the frames treat us right now. Gosh, what a horrible door. Well, hey there, Rissy. How's it going? We're playing something a little different today. Just oh yeah, there's Sam right there. Is he just watching out to see if Max gets into too much trouble? I mean, maybe. I'm doing okay. I was having a little bit of a moment with my friend Ella for there, maybe about an hour and a half. But we talked about what I was thinking, and it was a lovely little brief from some...
Another enthusiast.
Let me see how loud this is by comparison. It's a nice little brief to have that from, I suppose, sort of not really getting to share what I was thinking about.
How good it is to see a fresh face here at the end.
Oh gosh. There is an audio input. You can hear me talking, can't you? Because I'm not sure if it's actually showing the output at the second. Oh, good. Okay, well, that's good to know. I'm going to turn the game down just slightly. Yeah, good. I think half. I find that a lot of games in, I don't know, this era of video gaming and like kind of forward a little bit on my computer, I I lower them a little bit because they do start off a little loud for me. Maybe it's just because I've gotten more sensitive ears as I've become a more distinguished gamer. God, what a term that is. What an awful term to name anything. The distinguished gamer plays poker night at the inventory. What? That's horrible.
You're here for the card game with the fellows downstairs. Let me lead you down there.
But mostly, I always think that this game is like, it's a good Telltale game because honestly, it's.
The club was founded in
I've always been into Sam & Max, and I've always been into
back channels. It was
like Telltale games. They've always been like an apple in my eye at some point or another. Not so much in their last like 2 generations of games, but Sam & Max was really good. Even though I never really understood how to beat those games, I had to always use a walkthrough.
Get another bee in their bonnet.
Hey, you know, I always thought they were cool though.
So welcome.
I tried to beat them over and over again, and I always seemed to not be able to.
Your table. Hey, gentlemen. I hope there is room at the table for a 5th.
Room at the table for a 5th. Oh God, I always forget how how crazy all these characters are. So, going from, I'm gonna turn on cheat engine for this actually because I would feel pretty crazy if like I was just sort of hanging out there and they were all just like shouting at me to start playing, because they will do that. They will just shout at you if you don't actually move fast enough. And if it's anything I can control, I'd rather just, you know, slow them down a little bit so we can think. Okay, so here we are, poker night at the inventory. Wait, when does the music turn off? I'm wondering.
I call.
Okay, cool. I think the game is still running. I'm just not. I've never tried that before.
I am in and ready to crush baby
I want to make their
men.
moves first.
I'm folding these.
Tycho folds already. Oh my gosh. So yeah. Starting from left to right, we have Max from Sam & Max, who is more than likely, he's like, if I play the Sam & Max games, which are, I mean, that does sound like a little bit of fun. I would say that he has a very distorted perception of how things are supposed to be for other people. He's like if a cartoon character had become sentient and the cartoon violence was always there with them despite them being like in a real world setting, which is kind of how it's kind of how Max is. If you put him in the same category as characters from other TV shows, he's sort of similar to the magical forest creatures from the Imagination Land in South Park. Like, super horrible, but he doesn't usually get to act out his desire to commit his cartoon violence. It's just, sometimes it seems as if his urge is more like, I know, it's pretty bad, it's pretty crazy, but people have like terms for him that they've used that I'm not sure are true. I don't know, he's kind of like a mix of weird things. So I've always found him a little difficult to stomach for too long. Next is Strong Bad, excuse me, not Hard Bad. I'm thinking of Hard One from the Not Another D&D podcast. Strong Bad. Strong Bad is, I don't know what he's from exactly, but he's by far the most wholesome character in this game. And he will be like he's the everyman. And he does a very good everyman because he has a cute voice and he's like a weird sort of 2D character. And the Heavy, he is a sort of topically Russian mercenary. And he is, from like the stuff that he has been in the past, I would say that he's more of like a cool guy, like uh, a little mysterious as to like what he's thinking and what he'll do next. But he's quick to back off if you sort of press him. He will back off because he's sort of like a man child, just a little bit. But he does have like a stern outer demeanor. And on the far right is Tycho, who is from, I believe, On the Rain Slick Precipice of Darkness. And he is effectively, I think you forgot to send stream alerts, guys. I did. I'm so sorry. I was just really thinking about trying to actually stream this game. I forgot to send out the alert. Here, let me do that. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. You and Moss both count me being purple at the same time. I did completely forget about the announcement, my bad. Let's see. Okay, gotta grab my Twitch. And oops, not even in the right channel. What am I doing? There we go. All right. So anybody who's interested now has the information they need. Tycho, who is on the far right, is, and I might even put the chat in like a weird spot to make it so you can see him a little bit better. Oh, actually, you can already see the chat, so it's good. Yeah, Tycho is kind of like a guy from Rain Slick Precipice of Darkness. Gosh, that's got a tough name to say. He is a investigator who is very fond of like extremely serious, equally kind of cartoonish violence. But he seems more antisocial than Max is, where like Max is like crazy. He doesn't mind talking to people. He just has like violent outbursts about the things he'd like to do and stuff like that. But he doesn't seem as threatening as Tycho, who is like a scientist investigator who's super grim dark and stuff, and certainly not as like, let's say, Batman as Batman is, but kind of in the direction of like a Batman Bruce Wayne almost. It's in that direction. And he is by far like the most like spiteful character in this game. He will actually, like in real time, try to fight you with a bad hand, right? Just because he thinks he can outbluff you. Like he is wildly attempting to like aggressively stop you from winning. Whereas Strong Bad and Heavy, I mean, they will try to stop you. But hey, Mox, I'm glad you can make it, and thanks for the redemption on your token usage there. Definitely, I think that Strong Bad and Heavy they're the most normal people here, by far the most normal, which is weird to say from like a cartoonish guy like either of them, but they are by far like more reasonable and they'll back down when things are crazy. Whereas like Max is like a 50-50. He's like, you basically just flip a coin to see if he's like so excited that he realizes he like wants to like play the ultimate thrill of putting his chips forward, or is it that he is instead like I'm gonna be super smart guy and not need to be masculine, but admit that I'm not having fun anymore, right? He's one of those two. And Tycho, I think he'll keep pushing the chips forward if he really thinks he has a good hand, to the point where like he'll do it basically if you've won recently, just because he wants to see if he can beat you. he's like the real problem player, I would say. Out of these four individuals, he's like, if you had to have a difficulty setting, he's probably the most difficult player to beat here. And you don't want to get on his bad side, where I guess it's kind of hard to get on everybody else's bad side, but he'll come after you basically if you beat him too much. So it might be good to fold if you're getting some heat from him. Okay, so we're actually going to start, and we're going to see where this goes. So we have a 3 and a queen. I do think this is a good time to fold. I'll be honest with you right now. We don't even have a slim pick at like the bottom 5 card hands you can have in this. We don't even have that. Let me remove a bit of the overlay there though, because it's getting a little bit in the way. Let's see. Positioning mode. Okay. We don't really need that one so much, so we'll just sort of put that one in the corner there and see what happens. Maybe get to it later. And for the chat's in an okay place. This is a weird game to stream on sometimes, so it's a little weird to actually look at the chat in a regular place, but certainly it's not so crazy. Toggle positioning mode. Did I hit the button to stop the overlay? Oh my gosh. There we go.
Like sleeping soldier who just stands at base.
It does give me some vibes to have the heavy in this right now. Honestly, it does give me some vibes.
Instead of running to
I think it's not fair to him because he's not doing anything wrong. But, I mean, it is a weird time to be yelled at by a Russian person. Okay. So, we're going to fold.
I check.
Checking, huh? He thinks he's got something. Okay, two 5s and a 2, so a pair.
I'm gonna check.
And then he checks, okay.
I'll toss a few chippies into the pot. Chippy.
Okay, is he being cute, or is he
I will fold.
like a,
Yeah, fold.
Strong bad wins the hand.
Okay, thank you, Strong Bad.
What losers you all are.
Oh, he might have had something. He might have had a third 5 in his hand. Because he seemed like he was
This
invested in
reminds
that
me of
one.
the time Flint Paper beat the snot out of that poker instructor, Artie Flopshark. He was a total
no.
scammer. See, Artie was squeezing our friend Jimmy Two Teeth for money after teaching him to play some game that didn't really exist.
Oh
What
no.
was the game called?
Omaha? Maybe Topeka. Someplace horrible.
Omaha's a real thing, Max.
Well, don't tell that to Artie Flopshark. Flint socked him until he promised he'd never play or teach it ever again.
So this is another thing that sometimes Max will do. He has deep sort of stretches of storytelling that is probably not true, right? Probably he made that up. But his characterization is so from the Telltale games that he might not be, because sometimes the characters do say outlandishly, like, insane things, and usually some of them are pretty violent, unfortunately, but Max, he's quoting, but he might just be BSing us, and we'll probably never know, because I don't think Telltale, I don't remember, maybe that is in a Telltale game. I haven't played them all so thoroughly that I can really see what Flint has been up to, but I guess it's possible. He is kind of a Max Payne light, but like more strong language than Max Payne, I suppose. Max Payne's more like verbosely roasting somebody, whereas like I think Flint probably is just like very colorfully intimidating, but they're kind of in the same direction. Click anywhere. Okay, good. We have a jack and a 5.
I am going to play this one.
Let's do this.
So they both think they have something, or they have enough confidence to back their chips for a little bit. Because we're the player here, we can kind of decide the right move. The right move is that we take a minute to think about what are the chances of us getting a jack. Okay. What are the chances of getting a 5? They're in the same suit, but the distance between a 5 and a jack doesn't really benefit us to try and suit them together. that doesn't work in a hand really. Or if it did, it would be a very long stretch to
I
get
wasn't
a
really
jack
playing
last.
before, but now we're really not playing. I liked it better the other way.
Okay. Literally, like, Max could actually be a good avatar for the chat if I'm actually not doing enough quick enough, so I'm just gonna fold.
I call.
So, Max, you're like one of those Pokemons, right?
My
Oh,
genus
no.
and phylum is a mystery to all mankind.
'Cause I'd love to see some prepubescent, pointy-haired kid run in here and stick you inside of a baseball.
Oh my
That
gosh.
would be hilarious.
Are you talking about the red-capped kidnapper who terrorized the fauna of the Upper West Side for months?
Maybe.
Because Sam Flint and I caught him trying to shove a chimpanzee into his knapsack and made him cry for his mommy.
Strong bad wins the hand. Oh, man. What happened?
You want me to say you won again?
I guess so. I mean, if that's what happened, for real and for true, right?
Die a sad, pitiful, painful death.
Oh god, he's so edgy. Why is he so edgy?
Hey, Heavyman, you think you could take care of the king of town for me?
I can assassinate King, yes. It's expensive, though.
Whoa. By take care of, I meant maybe you and I sneak into his room and shave off half his mustache.
I am not best at sneaking.
Or maybe we could confront him in a dark alley then?
This is better. That way.
What the
blood
heck are they
wash away
talking
the
about?
Oh man, you're gonna totally murder the king of town, aren't you? Oh well.
I believe the King of Town is a character in Strong Bad's universe. Certainly,
You know what I love?
certainly, having the Heavy there as your backup fighting the king of a universe like that, I think he's gonna win, because he's got so many big, like, ridiculously ammo-filled guns, and it's just like, I don't think you're gonna beat him. I'm sorry. No matter how big your boxing gloves are, I don't think you can beat that.
Destroying wave after wave of the undead.
Word up. How do you roll?
With my trusty sidearm, of course.
I'm more of an auto shotgun guy.
Ooh.
This is good weapon, no?
Sam and I had to limit ourselves to pistols when our cleaning bills started going through the roof.
Tell me about it. It's like Icker. OxyClean ain't cutting it.
This pelt is dry clean only.
Well, I suppose if you're thinking about trying to use your fur effectively, you would want to keep it from being dry clean. Now this could be a
I'm
hand.
not going anywhere.
We don't have like an obviously crazy hand right here, but it's pretty good. This is pretty good. Same suit and a queen and a king, so it's pretty good. I will call.
I'm gonna call.
Getting interesting.
I'll call.
I check too.
Even Tycho is like, having some like vibes about this now. I'm gonna take this off the screen, I think. There we go.
I hate the flop.
Foldsville.
Foldsville. So this flop does not really benefit us too much. I don't really think that there's any reason for us to keep going at this point, because our chances of getting a suit have narrowed to, I believe, 0. This might be wrong, but if that's the case, then we are going to fold. Sorry to
Say,
say.
Monument, how badly did those telltales hose you in your licensing agreement?
Oh
Strong
gosh.
bad wins the hand. In your collective face.
Strong Bad's
Forks.
winning so
Same
far.
goes for my previous wins,
We've taken the less
which
damage
were
though.
up your collective butt. Say, Monument,
So
how
we
badly
haven't-
did those
we-
telltales
we-
hose you in your licensing agreement?
Okay, cool. So it will go back to what they were saying before, when it's like not, it might not finish the entire thing before the actual game rules dictate that we have to keep going, but it will come back to it afterwards, which is good. But yeah, Tycho has already taken a lot of the Heavy's money. The Heavy right now is being in like a fairly pushing forward his chips kind of mood, but he seems to not be able to push past the actual necessary point to win, because I don't believe he's won a game yet, so we'll see how that goes.
Sam and I just focus on fighting crime. People have been making money from our exploits for decades.
No, I mean those incompetent dorks who captured maybe an ounce of our actual charm and charmisma in their terrible video games. Point on this, click on that. How about use my fist with your face, Telltales?
Maybe you had me confused for someone else? Yeah, I disfigure bad guys and fight crimes in New York City. That's my thing.
We're being exploited.
Oh, exploitation! Santa Claus subjugated an entire race of elves in Sam & Max Season 2 and 3.
Did he? I think I remember that. My memory of Sam & Max is so bad.
Drops lately?
I do not understand.
When you get a kill, sometimes you get a present.
Oh
right?
my gosh.
When
This
I
is such a
get
thing that
killed,
Taika
I
would
get
want to talk
honor of
about.
team. Sometimes I also get nightmares. A man does not go home to his wife and children.
So, no loot then.
Oh, you mean hat? Yes, I love hats. Sometimes I get these. They are the best.
Ugh. Heavy's like, I'm getting big guns to hurt people face is a little concerning to me right now. I'm gonna fold.
I raise it all!
Oh god.
This is a gruesome hand. I fold!
I didn't know if he was kidding for a second.
Raisin in the sun.
In.
Calling.
Oh my gosh.
I check.
Does it show us our hand? Yeah, we had a 7. No, that wouldn't have helped us at all.
From a little cool guy.
I can call your bet and buy sandwich.
I'll call.
All right. I check.
Oh, no, strong
Check
bad.
this.
He really didn't have a hand.
Oh, check.
He's got a bad hand, I bet you.
Oh, I bet.
What kind of hand does he have? That he's able to do this?
Raising it up.
The river. I'd like to drown that card's family in a river.
Oh my god.
I am out.
Tycho wins the hand.
I'm just gonna turn my DS on, and you guys keep giving me your money. This is an
Oh my
incredible
gosh.
system we've got here.
So Tycho really, he took all their money right there. It's crazy that basically these characters, like, they can all be driven to moments of being like, oh, I'm going to access like the violent portion of my cartoonish and cute, but also like sort of devastatingly truthful way of describing how some people have like a sense of almost making fun of extreme violence by putting them in these characters. And like, even in him, it still exists. The Heavy and Tycho and Max, definitely it exists, but more so it exists in Strong Bad, because, or at least so I would say, because he's usually using boxing gloves and not like going out and like shooting people, which I believe all these other characters shoot people, but he's also got a high chair. It's cute that him and Max have a high chair. I didn't really notice that before, but they have to because they're so tiny. Interesting. It's just like a... Oh gosh, I don't know if I want to even bring that up, but yeah, it reminds me of something regarding Facebook, if you know what I'm talking about.
You know, these cards actually smell like detritus.
Oh, he folded. This is not a good hand. I think I'm gonna fold too.
I will call.
I mean, we could get an 8 and a queen, or we could get 2
call.
queens, I suppose. I don't really want to see this hand go through, though. This is not a hand I'm comfortable trying to play. So we'll fold. Maybe we'll get some crazy, insane hand, though. Okay, so
Okay,
a 7
I
and an 8. If there was a 6 and a 5, or 9 and a 10, that might be something. Okay, okay.
check.
A 5, and we would have been
Check.
slightly foolish, right? No. It wouldn't have helped us.
He's free.
Free.
Tycho has queen high.
Queen high.
The heavy has king high. The heavy wins the hand.
If I bend over to pick up this chip off the floor, are you gonna bury your entire foot in my ass?
Oh
This is
my
an honest
god,
question.
Tycho.
These cards make your cards look like sad, tiny
Oh
babies.
my gosh.
The
Heavy's
blinds are
really,
now 200, 400.
Heavy's really like hitting him hard. He's adding him super hard.
Oh,
Okay.
Raise.
Already raising
Nope.
and already folding. So these are not the same suit, though they are a similar color. These are... Oh, does the song restart? I didn't know that. These are of a similar color, which has confused me most of my life, because I guess the color center of my brain is very similar to like the suggesting of a shape center of my brain. Whatever those two things are, they're close enough that I've always confused diamonds and hearts, because they're both so red. It doesn't help that this exact set of poker has the exact same color of red, but they're also very similarly shaped, with their bottoms being so pointed and then the curve going up either side. So it gets me, it just gets me. I hate to admit it, but it's a fault that I've had most of my life. I'm getting through it though, I'd say. So an ace of diamonds and a jack of hearts. Basically, what that sounds like to me is it sounds like we have an ace high, and if we have an ace high, then we could maybe beat somebody else that has a 10 high, or I don't know, is that better or worse than a pair? But I don't think an ace high is anything I'm going to put 400 down on. I'm going to save my money just a little bit.
I'm in.
Oh, I'm calling.
Okay, a jack
I'll check that.
would have been a pair with an
I
ace
am
high.
betting.
Okay, he's got something.
Hey, Heavy. I just finished this Russian fantasy novel called The Dirge of the Moskva. Ever read it?
No.
Oh, I could
What
buy
is
a new
what is he
copy
talking
with
about?
that pot. One with a half-core
Please don't explain
processor.
that. Please don't explain that.
Well, what's your favorite book?
What are you gonna say, Heavy? Can you read? Oh, excuse me, 1 minute, folks. All right, so sorry about that, folks.
I prefer war.
Oh no,
Ah, War and Peace. Tolstoy.
I
Tasteful.
don't like that.
Max wins the hand.
I don't like
I
that,
fold
folks.
too.
Everyone folded to you. You win the pot.
But, all right.
Heavy is really, really. He's not. He's a nightmare. He's problematic
All
right
this
now.
card
He's
playing
very
has me a bit
problematic.
parched. I could use a stiff drink.
What's your poison, nerdmonger?
A gin fizz, depending on the occasion.
Ha! You're a girl, you pledged to a sorority in college, and you learned to make that drink there.
Oh my
Now the
gosh.
big beefer, the morning pukies, the dirty sweat sock, those are the drinks of champions.
No.
How about you, heavy weapons guy? I'm gonna go out on a limb and
Please
say
say
you're a
something
vodka
okay.
guy.
Please say something
Each
okay.
Bellini, but bubbles can give me headache.
Oh, okay. He, I guess I'm gonna comment on this now. The Heavy has two sides that I have seen before. They're like the kind of sad, like it's sort of like a gentle giant, cartoonish but cute side of him. But then he also has like a violent, like deranged, like kind of crazy, I would almost say, side of him. That right now in the world is not good energy for me to be putting out there. At the same time, though, clearly he is a joke, and this existence of this character was made long before the situation that is currently existing in the world. So I hope that you realize that this character certainly has nothing to do with that, but still, he's a this is the last time I mentioned it, but he is stereotyping right now, and you know, I guess that hasn't aged that well, unfortunately, but he is stereotyping, and it's okay. We're just acknowledging this stereotype, and we're not drawing attention to any positivity to his actions. And I will actively dislike them, I think, just hearing him talk. But Heavy is my favorite class in TF2, so I can't argue that much. But still. Still. Jack of Hearts and 8 of Spades. I really do not think we're going to get anywhere with this hand. I have to be honest with you. Are they thinking? What are they thinking? Heavy? Heavy. Is Heavy thinking, or is my game broken from me pausing it so much? I don't know if he's still thinking or not. Giving him a lot of, like...
I fall.
I don't know a lot about card games, truth be told,
Whoa.
but I take it you're a bit
He
of
was
a
thinking about that for a long time.
Talking to Moy?
You betcha. You're as green as the bologna in Sam's mini fridge.
Shut up, Stitch.
It's okay. It just means you have to adopt a wanton strategy of wild deception.
Not the worst idea I ever heard.
Get into their heads.
Oh my gosh. These people are pretty nasty sometimes. I'm not gonna play this hand.
Hey, I call.
Let's do it.
Okay, well, they want to see it. Once again, we would have had a jack at a pair with an ace high. A 10
Oh,
jack.
check.
Not very helpful.
Maybe I won't check. Oh, check.
Okay. Last one. Okay, that we would not
Okay,
have
I
had
check.
anything with that hand. I was right. I know Heavy from Scout.
Max has a pair
From
of
Team
twos.
Fortress 2, yes.
Strong Bad has ace high.
Ace high.
Max wins the hand.
I don't
Okay.
even look at my cards.
I didn't actually see what... Well, I wasn't looking at them completely either, to be fair. But, yeah, he's from Team Fortress 2. A 7 of spades and a king of clovers. There's not a lot for us to do with this hand. Once again, I'm thinking this is not gonna work out for us. We're gonna fold this.
Motherland, we quit when we are dead.
Oh no, why did you say that?
Anything, you know, even remotely interesting with hands like that.
You mean besides punching your groin face in the face groin?
I mean, let's say you somehow get an opportunity with the ladies.
Somehow, I had to cancel like 5 dates with 9 supermodels just to be here.
I am all in.
Oh my gosh. The timing on their conversation is interesting. So, here's something interesting as well. So earlier on in this game, the character on the far right had their money taken by the character on the second from the left, Strongbad. So is what's happening here that Strongbad is getting more of his money and he's beating him a little bit more now than he was earlier? That he's actually started to draw some heat from Tycho. And if he draws heat from Tycho, when he's eliminated, he might look for another target, which could be us. It could be us.
Fold.
The heavy wins the hand.
I win? I don't even remember cards.
Yeah, he didn't have anything, okay? So no one had anything. Nice. A jack of diamonds and an 8. What does this do again? No, that's to bet more money. No, I'm not gonna bet more money. No, I'm not gonna see where this goes. We're gonna keep that there.
Okay, I fold.
What
Gosh.
weapon do you carry, Tiny Heavy?
GG Heavy, I know.
You know, I've got the bazooka, the grappling gun, glue gun, my special nunchuck gun, and of course, I've got these babies.
Oh no, they're talking about their weapons. Please don't tell me about your weapons, Heavy. Not now. Save it for some other day, please.
Oh, I bet.
When the present is far behind us, then you can joke about that again. But for now, it's
think
not
so.
good.
The heavy wins the hand.
I will take this one too.
Oh gosh, he's having a little bit of a comeback. He got really close to going out there for a second. Okay. I'm getting blinded. It's okay. I mean, I'll get blinded if I'm not really getting something that I can really play right now.
This sucks.
I will play.
Okay.
Call.
Okay. He raised and then he called, meaning they've got something already or they think they have something already. Chances are that they do probably have something, and it's better if right now we don't really know where we're going, right? We don't really know where we're going. And I don't know if this one's going to get us there. I know we probably want me to start playing a little more, but this isn't really going to get us there, so we'll
I
fold
wouldn't
this
classify
time.
folding as baller behavior.
Oh, I think I'm getting some toxic masculinity from Tycho. I think he's shaming me.
Check
My
City,
gosh.
USA.
Have you
Also
ever
didn't
dated
age
a swim
well.
megamorph in 3 inches of water with an exposed electrical socket dangerously nearby?
Oh, he's
call
talking about
this
a crazy
baby
idea of like calling. What do they have?
Nerds pales in comparison to an even more secret club that I go to.
And strong badia, somewhere between an old tire and a pile of dog.
I'm
Oh
doing
my
it.
gosh.
Colin!
Why is he so rude? These guys are so rude. They're so awful to each other. I don't know why they even play together sometimes. You gotta go. It's okay, Moss. I hope that you enjoyed yourself while you were here. I really appreciate that you showed up. So you enjoy yourself, and you know, we may finish this game. They're putting a lot of their money in really fast, so it is making me think that we're probably gonna finish this game pretty soon. But we'll see where it goes.
No.
No, Max is going all in. Oh my God, Max. Yeah, no one's gonna go for that right now.
Max wins the hand.
I
Maybe-
didn't even have to bare my hideous and unnaturally serrated teeth.
The blinds are now 300, 600.
So he I don't even know if he was joking, but he totally used his crazy behavior to like make everyone else fold, because he's so cagey. You don't know what he has. He could have like the worst cards in the game or nothing. It's like, but he's so wild and uncontrollable that like you'll just want to fold from his insanity. Okay. 300, 600.
Calling.
Jack of Hearts, 3 of Clovers. Not the best hand I've seen.
What
Not
would
the
Gabe
worst,
do?
but not the...
No, best leave the pants on. Yeah, I'll raise.
Okay, Tycho...
Raise him. Tear his kneecaps out. Not in that order.
No, I'm folding, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have anything to play
I'm
with.
gonna call.
Nope.
These are full.
Folding. I'm... Spade, Heart, and Clover.
No way.
We have a 4 and a 3 with the Clover. If the next one
Max
is
wins the
5 and
hand.
6, I think that's
I don't
close
even
to a
look at my
straight.
cards.
But I don't think... I don't know.
You look very familiar, Bunny.
How closely do you follow the Manhattan crime blotter? Wait, you didn't go to the Spiro Agnew School of the Arts, did you?
You attended? Didn't take you for the book learning type.
No, but Sam and I pinched their gym teacher in a black market jockstrap
Oh.
ring in the 80s.
Oh my
I'd be
gosh.
surprised if any student didn't remember a dog choking out a large man with a unibrow.
What the heck? I don't know what they're talking about. I don't remember this part of the game. I don't remember that there were so many, like, weird things that happened like that. Because that could have happened in Sam and Max. It's like a weird thing that could have happened. Oh my gosh. It's too much. I just don't want to hear the heavy talk about hurting people right now. That's not a good vibe at the moment. I don't want to hear him talking about that. I think he will eventually, though, right? He will. But Max is cleaning up right now. He's cleaning up.
I will play.
We have an ace of diamonds and a 4 of hearts.
I don't think I'll be playing these.
They're folding already, so it's me, Max, and Strongbad. So, I think that I will... There's only 3 of us, So maybe now is a good time to, like, sort of hang out and understand what we should be doing next, as far as enjoying a little bit of, like, psychology on them. So if we call them, they will assume we have something, and they may just be hoping that no one else has something before they try and effectively see if they want to even get into the arena. So if that's the case, then we could call right now, and they will, like, just fold because they're like, oh, I don't actually have anything, just considering somebody else calling. And if we raise, I mean, that's double trouble. I don't know how that would proc with Max being insane, because if you do that, then he might just be like, okay, I'll just see what happens, because like he said before, he didn't even look at his cards, right? We don't know if Sam will be triggered to going crazy and trying to, like, bet on us just because he wants to see what happens. Luckily, Tycho's not in this game, otherwise that would be another problem too. Strong Bad is overconfident and a little stupid, but he won't, he probably won't think his hand is that good if we raise. So I think I'm going to try raising here and seeing what happens, because I don't have a very good hand either, so we might as well try to employ a little bit of trickery.
I'll call that.
Oh no, he called.
I'm calling.
They called too. Oh no.
I am going to play this one.
I didn't even see that Heavy was still in the game. I thought he folded.
Let's see. I'm gonna bet.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm calling.
All right, I raise.
3,000. That's half of what I have now. I'm not doing it. I'll take the hit.
Nope.
There wasn't a single suit or similar there besides the 4. Okay, that 9 wouldn't have helped us.
Check it out.
And that backfired pretty bad.
All in.
I wasn't being, like, careful enough looking at Heavy. Oh no. A show off. Come on. What is it? Oh no.
Yes.
Strong Bad has king high. The heavy has a pair of 6s.
So, Heavy has, altogether, he has a pair of 6s and nothing else. And Strong Bad has king high. That's the first showdown we've seen. Showdowns are what happen when characters are getting to the final card in the river and are, like, raising the stakes high enough. I don't know how high they have to be before it does showdowns, but showdowns are like a little cinematic moment with a little bit of a drum roll, and it's really cool. I think it's my favorite part of this game is, like, the very, you could say it's even, like, reality TV-esque drama they add to it. It's very good though, and it works well because they are cartoons. So, like, seeing their reactions to, like, what's gonna happen next is very Spy Fox, with, like, the pig that starts sweating the more and more you hassle him and the more you start to win. Or it's even a bit like Ace Ventura. Not Ace Ventura, Phoenix Wright, sorry. It's like Phoenix Wright, when Phoenix starts to beat somebody in the court, they, like, get sweatier and sweatier until eventually, like, they kind of go crazy for a second. That is kind of the same direction that this game goes. It's not exactly like that, but they do all, like, kind of break down depending on how they're treated throughout the game. And eventually they can get so fed up that they'll just, like, sort of storm off in a in a tough or a tizzy or something like that. But, you know, it's interesting. It's very interesting the sort of moods they can change into. I don't know how complicated it is, but I am curious the more I think about it.
The heavy wins the hand.
Oh, good. Heavy stayed
Did you
in.
think I was out of ammunition? Even then, I would just crush your tiny head in my hand.
Oh, no. Heavy. You didn't have to win like that. You didn't have to win that way.
What is it?
Do you get the nightmares?
I get the
Oh,
Ghibli
no.
nightmares. There's this one where Homestar is a giant cheese blintz, and Marzipan holds me at gunpoint and makes me eat him. Uh-oh. Ghibli.
I am talking about visions of endless suffering.
No, Heavy,
Dead
please.
doctors everywhere. Spy cannot be found.
No.
Okay, he's
that
talking about Team
sounds like
Fortress.
the Ghiblis, man.
I do not like this Ghiblis.
Thank you, Rain. He was talking about Team Fortress, everybody. He was talking about that. That's what he was talking about. Just be wary. He was talking about Team Fortress. Absolutely innocent commentary from a game. Hopefully that
You
keeps up.
have woman?
Not with me, no. But yeah, I have woman.
She is pretty.
Yeah, cute, glasses, red hair.
Okay, who's he talking about?
She has the red hair.
No, Heavy. She is not on the other team. You don't have to kill her.
No, but I love the red hair.
Well, you can't have her either.
What the heck?
Maybe we can work something out.
What just happened there? Gosh, whew, that was I don't know. Okay, so Heavy just like intimidated him into getting angled into his relationship somehow. I don't know how to feel about that. Tycho, a bit of a coward there, isn't he? A bit of a coward, a little sniveling. That I didn't expect that from him. He's kind of worm tugging a little bit, which I didn't expect from somebody who acts so edgy and tries to be so masculine. He crumpled relatively fast. He crumpled relatively fast after being like added, being aggressed on, being challenged even slightly on something. He just folded. Oh man. Okay, well that's something to think about. An ace and a queen. So we have an ace high.
All in.
Okay, I'm not gonna bet Tycho all in. Unless he
Find strength to call.
Wait. Okay. I have a feeling, and I'm getting an insane, crazy galaxy brain idea. So what if this game is deep enough that Tycho, having just been owned by the Heavy, is going all in so he can try and like get his masculinity and his manhood back, like his ego? Is he doing that right now? Is he like betting when he has like maybe not a very good hand just because of that? I don't want to say men are that simple, but sometimes men are that simple. Being one myself, I can attest to this. It might very well be the case, and we could go all in to match him. However, one of us would lose, and if it's us, then that means our stream is like over, because we're only doing one game a stream. Okay, it's at me right now, so I'm going to consider this. Chances are he is doing this if the game is that deep. An ace high is not the worst card hand you could get. On top of that, I believe it's higher than a pair. Higher than a pair. That's a strange sentence, honestly. Let me check my little cheat sheet of the different kinds of hands that you can have in this game. I almost just opened an intro to a TV show that I like very much, but it would have not necessarily been the best to have playing in the background. It would be so copyrighted so fast. Okay. Let's see. Ace high card, king high, and ace high is like, okay, so high card is the lowest that we can possibly do. And if we get a depending on the idea of getting a ace of spade all the way to a straight, not very high. Same with queen. And even if we get two of a kind and twice, we only have a two pair, which is only 8 out of 10. Excuse me, 8 out of 10, 10 being like the weakest, I suppose, which is unusual. I guess I could go backwards, a 3 out of 10. Okay. A two pair is only a 3 out of 10. So another thing is a 3 of a kind is it's a possibility, right? It's always a possibility. However, I don't see us getting a straight with this. And I don't see us getting 3 of a kind. Certainly, I don't think we have what it takes to play this hand very much further. But should we attempt to just go after Tycho, because we know the possibility of him just BSing us and trying to be a man about things. I mean, sure, all in. I mean, why not? I'll call him. I'm gonna call. Must find strength to call. What the heck does that mean? Oh. What's going on? It's on Max and he's taking his time thinking. I'm trying to see if I can make...
I'm
Fold.
full
Okay,
of this
good.
crap.
He had to really think about it. So, Max doesn't want to get bothered with this, and Strong Bad knows better than to get bothered with this. He can't afford it. Heavy's betting. So, we have a 4,000 on Tycho and a 2,100 on the Heavy. Either the Heavy can beat Tycho and me with what is about to be like leveled in this game, and either that's the case and he's going to take the money because he might actually just have a good hand. He might not even care about the Tycho. I don't think he's that petty, but Tycho is kind of like he is an ass, right? He is an ass, and he would try to redeem himself in his own eyes if he thought that getting an all-in and winning was like a way to do that for a guy, which I guess, I don't know, could be. So if we call right now, what does that look like for us? We could still play another hand, theoretically, if we called right now. Let's do it. Side pot.
Yeah, I bet.
He's spending even more. Okay, he might be doing this just so that he can like get me out of the game at this point, which at this case, then he might just win altogether. Okay, I mean, we're in this already. We can't back out now. We still have that ace high. Oh gosh, it's a showdown. I don't think that helps me at all.
Good.
Tycho has a pair of nines. The player has a pair of nines.
Oh,
the
do I?
Heavy has two pair. The
Oh, Heavy wins.
wins the hand.
Heavy
It
wins.
is mine.
Okay, what is Tycho gonna do now?
The Heavy wins the hand.
He won the side pot too. My gosh, man, he's gonna
Tycho
win this
has
whole
been
game.
eliminated from play.
See, this is why Gabe and I play StarCraft on easy.
Oh
Player
no.
has been eliminated from play.
Oh, look! A loser! In the wild!
And then they roast us. Oh no. Next deck is in 3 wins. So after this, I didn't win any showdowns, unfortunately, and I saw 18% flops for the moment. I didn't win any hands, and I didn't really win any money. Yeah, my character, assuming I have some kind of crazy, you know, infinite bank account or something, my character is not winning. He's not in the black right now, you could say. He's taking a bit of damage as far as his wallet is concerned. They're in his pockets. Your poker name is Poor Pockets Make New Holes. That sounds like either a Strong Bad or a Max name. Probably a combination of those two people naming me. I don't really want to watch the rest of the game, to be honest with you. Nor do I. I guess we'll watch and see what happens. We're not a sore loser. Max has a queen. Oh wow, I didn't know you could do this. 10 and a jack.
I hope you're all wearing 2 belts, because I'm about to all in the pants off this mug.
Oh my gosh, why would he go all in like that on nothing? He only has a 9 and a 5. He's going all in. Oh, sorry, he only has a queen and he has a queen of hearts and an 8 of clovers, and he's going all in. So is he just trying to intimidate them? I think he might be. I need to get some water. I will be right back, folks. Want to make sure I don't get my voice too worked up here. So I'll be right back. I need to find my little be right back button. Let's see. And we gotta make this one ahead. I don't know if it's going to show up in my little stream box though. No, the email wall's fine. I have to resize everything now. I recently changed my stream from 918 to 780. So that was now I sort of have stuff hanging out across my screen now, unfortunately. But I think I can just fix that now if I spend a minute doing that. But for sure, it is a thing to have to change your resolution, and I would prefer, being a person who loves to do this so far. I'd like to not be the person who has to worry so much about that, but it's not the case, unfortunately. So we'll make it work for now and see how that goes. Alert box is way too big. You can put it in the corner. There you go. And then we can have our emote wall. Okay, and our chat box is like off in the corner, out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so good I got that set up. Yeah, I apologize for not quite being as prepared as I could be. I honestly didn't know how much I would enjoy this. So, gosh, I'm happy to be seeing I transform select. All right. Fit to screen. There we go. That did it. Gosh, thanks for having that feature, Twitch. I appreciate it. Or OBS, excuse me. Twitch didn't do that. OBS did. Though I'm sure there's some sort of overlap there. On break, folks. Be back in a minute.
I am in and ready to crush baby men.
All right, folks. So sorry about that. I think I'm gonna get a little animation for that on break thing. I think that'd be cool. So,
Okay, I call.
So, the thing about Tycho is, I was just thinking about at the fridge, getting my water. I'm pretty sure that Tycho exactly, he correlated exactly to my theory. I don't know if the cause is that his toxic masculinity got the better of him there. However, he did, push when he had nothing. So, I think it's an interesting and opportune moment to strike out a, an intimidation tactic as opposed to actually having like a good hand and trying to play a good hand. He kept going forward, sort of like I was almost sort of talking like before about him just not knowing when to stop. And it's very possible he just didn't know when to stop right there. It's an interesting characterization of him.
I am not betting, but I do not quit.
I'm betting.
So right now, the current river is a 7 of diamonds, a 9 of diamonds, and an 8 of hearts. So not a lot there, but if you had a 10, I think that you're almost in position for a straight if you get an 11 or a 6, either of those. Max has a 9 of hearts and a 5 of clovers, so he doesn't have anything right now, and Strong Bad has a Queen of Hearts and an 8 of clovers. Neither of them have anything they can really use here. However, Heavy has a 10 of diamonds and a Jack of diamonds. If he gets a... I think if he gets a 6 of diamond, or no, an 8 of diamonds, then he has... I think that's a royal straight because they're all in the same suit. And if he also gets a straight, like, I think he just has a straight right now on top of it, and that's better than anything these guys have so far. And Strongbad went all in, but he's got almost nothing left, so he kind of has to go all in, right? At this point. But the Heavy, he actually has the best hand by far, and he's still checking. Why is he checking? Does he not know what he has? Or is he maybe he's playing it cool, you know, he's like, yeah, I don't have any, you know, oh, it's not a big deal. He's hustling almost, right? Trying to hustle them. But Strongbad can't be hustled because he's poor. He can't afford to be hustled, so he just has to play. Because, I mean, you know, maybe he wants to see what happens. Because he does have a pair, but he does not have a 2-pair. And a pair is just a step up from a high card, and they're already being beaten to high card. They're already being beaten by a straight. So Max, he bet in, but I don't think Max really has any investment in this. He seems to be more interested in just seeing what happens at the moment, just from what I can tell.
I raise.
There it is.
Oh, when I see that many chips in one place,
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna coat my slick fur in cooking grease and roll around in them.
Is it working?
I'm all
Oh
in.
no, he's all in
I'm also
Max.
all agomorph, mostly.
So he just all into Max by raising with... I mean, he has a good hand, and he raised at just the right time, it seems, to make Max have his, like, crazy, I just want to go in to see what happens vibe, and he's going in completely. It's working on him. So, it looks to me like how the cards are lining up at this moment, Max is going to lose and basically get kicked out of the game immediately, right next to Strongbad, who will lose the showdown as well. Which I do think there's going to be a showdown, just how crazy this card game's getting.
Quarter shot. All in.
Oh no. Gosh, Heavy's gonna win. He's gonna destroy them. Oh no. Okay, so a Jack of Clovers. It does not help anybody here. Max and Strongbad would only have a high card if that was the case. Which now they mean they have the same high card, so neither one of them wins that. Heavy's hand has not been affected by getting a Jack of Clovers. He has a pair. I guess he has a pair, but they also have pairs, so... oh, Ella! Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you made it. Yeah, we're getting into figuring out which of these guys is going to win, and the Heavy is about to take home the entire game. He's just about to defeat everybody because he's happened to have aligned himself in a position to where the other players either had to bet all of their money or they were so like excited by the idea of being raised that they've just put all their money in blindly, and he's put himself up in a perfect position to steal this game.
Quarter shot.
Okay. Last card. This is a tricky showdown. A 2. Once again, this helps. This doesn't do anything for anybody. A 2, I don't, unless I'm not seeing it, it has not helped anybody's hand. Max and Strongbad have nothing still, and Heavy just has a straight. He just has a straight, which is better than all their cards, from what I can tell.
Max has a pair of 9s. Strongbad has a pair of 8s. The Heavy has a straight.
Oh, there we
Heavy
go.
wins the hand.
Heavy, you did it, my man. You did it.
No quicker way to turn the hotties off than by being a terrible poker player, man.
The Heavy wins the hand.
Is he talking to me?
I love this game.
What's Max
Heavy
gonna say?
wins the tournament.
This is just like winning battle, but without laundry to wash out the blood.
Oh no, Heavy, why did you have to say that, man? Why did he have to say that? My gosh. Some characters age better than others. Heavy has not aged that well. I have to admit, he has not aged that well. Different times and such. Okay, guys. So we have failed our first tournament. So what went wrong there was Heavy effectively... Heavy actually... He gave us a lot of confusion as to what he was trying to do, and he intimidated Tycho into going all in, it seems. And when that happened, he had a better hand than me or Tycho, and because Tycho was going so crazy, I just sort of wanted to see what would happen, because I thought maybe my hand would be better than Heavy's, right? I knew my hand was probably better than Tycho's, which it was. His hand was, it was not, I think it was a pair of 9s, and I had a pair of queens, and he was like, you know, just investing everything forward for possibly the reason I described. And by then, it seemed like he was so into that idea that he lost pretty hard. And after that, it is just Heavy being a tactician. He tactically allowed that's what someone said, the rabbit, Max. He tactically allowed himself to be in a position where Max was just in it for the chaos, and Strongbad couldn't afford not to, right? Because he had already bet himself in, and he probably didn't even want to keep going, but he had no money, so he couldn't get out. And in that moment, Heavy was able to not only get me and Tycho out in one turn, in the next turn, he got Max and Strongbad out too. So already, Heavy has won one of our tournaments. He's looking like a bit of a force of nature with that performance. And, I mean, I'm not the best poker player. I don't take the most risks at the moment, but I'm still learning, I guess, how to effectively look at what's happening in the game and know what a reasonable risk is that I'm willing to take. I think it's good to know what that is for a person, and certainly this allows me to understand that a little better. So we'll see if in the next episode of Poker Night of the Inventory that we decide to either sort of get more risky, maybe more risky business, or maybe we stay a little chill still and we don't just sort of try to intimidate them into backing down. It can be done though. It can be done. You can intimidate any of them into backing down, but it doesn't just work every single time. And when it fails, you just lose. So, I mean, you can't really count on that working out for you at all, at every opportunity that you have to try it. But even so, I feel like I learned a little bit more about poker. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. And, hey, you know what? I have to admit, this was a heck of a stream. I enjoyed it. And, you know, have some outro music for you guys. Yeah, thank you very much for showing up, and thank you. If you enjoyed yourself, then make sure that you consider having a little follow. But I never ask anything more than that. So, to everybody enjoying this now, thanks for coming over, and thanks for participating, even if you're just lurking. And I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day. And I'll catch you next time. Take care and bye-bye.
Thank you.